No, because he's a pussy.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Board. And today we have the Barnes, Tony, and Riley show.
Yo, baby.
It's a Monday. How's everybody doing today?
Dude, I'm doing some phenomenal feelings right now, dude. Totally stoked to be back here with the boys on Monday. Start off the week right, as far as I'm concerned. Obviously, a lot of football to recap. Not the best football, but I'm stoked, dude. It's gonna be great. It was a good football Sunday for sure. There were some good games, some really, some nail biters on the edge of my seat. But I'm sure we'll get right into it, dude.
Yeah, I mean, so much to get to. It really is insane. The weekend that was.
Right.
Let's start, though. We got a bunch of comments, so let's get to the comments here.
Oh, let's go, baby.
Josh B saying, we know that's how it's going to go, Matt. What up, my guy? Oh, we have a lot here.
Yeah, you gotta go.
We have a shit ton.
Early and often,
Holy
Brian.
shit.
Early and often. Let's go.
What did Matt say?
Well,
There you go.
Matt said, a long day in Dallas yesterday, fellas. Golly.
That's a good one, honestly.
And then we got Kev Do come in saying, let's go. 6 days to the epic tailgate. We want the smoke.
Baby.
Tailgate of a lifetime.
Suck.
Hopefully,
Hashtag rep the
Minshew's the
company.
quarterback by then.
Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
It's probably Zach Wilson, honestly.
Yeah, no, he's
Come on,
really
dude.
good, honestly. I feel
Listen,
so
you
bad.
know,
that I was
we'll
top
get
on.
into it. We'll get
I
into
feel-
it, Brian.
I
Stop.
really-
No, that's ridiculous.
I
That's
feel so
ridiculous.
bad. I might
Quick,
cry,
gotta go,
honestly.
gotta go.
I feel so bad.
For who?
No, that I was so hard on Zach Wilson. He's such a good guy.
Oh, you're being
Continue,
sarcastic,
though.
dude.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson. He's a great guy, though.
Yeah.
Great guy. Hard Knocks, great guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Wait, what else we got?
Yeah, we had a ton. Just rip
It
through
was
them all.
cool.
Let's go.
Here we go. Kev Do again. Shout out the double B, Tony, Mike, Matt, Renee. Shout out the company, Prez, and Chairman. Shout out the rest of the company, too.
Let's go. Honestly, Kev is fired up.
Hell yeah, baby.
Oh, Lonnie coming in saying, let's go. Big Giants comeback win. How was your weekend, guys? The extra studio space looks great,
Hola.
dudes. Can't wait to see it. Did y'all make the little kitchen area, too? Shout out the company.
Yeah, we got a little
There we
kitchen
go.
area, dude.
Yanni.
What up, Josh?
Yanni.
What up, Josh?
Oh, wow.
What up,
Nice.
Lonnie?
Getting a
What up,
shout out
Lonnie? I
from
like
Lonnie
that.
and
Love
Josh.
that.
Let's
Love
go.
that. And then
We got
finally,
Big Steve.
Steve, Giants are frauds and brace
Wow,
it.
Let's go.
dude.
Steve
Wow.
always hitting it on the head, I
Wow.
have to say. And I feel like he's due for a call. We haven't had a Steve call in yet, but
That's
big
correct,
Yankee
dude.
fan. And he knows the Giants are frauds. So, I mean, he knows,
Completely ripping it.
he knows what he's talking about, honestly. But like we said, so much to get to. Let's start first. And,
Yeah,
and
we
me and you
know.
were
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about this
yeah.
before the show started, Tony.
Sulk in the victory.
I mean, what can I say other than hitting it right on the head? Sahith the Gala, Tony.
Tony, come on.
A performance of a lifetime.
Yes.
Winning his first official solo PGA Tour event.
Wow.
We saw the heartbreak at the Waste Management last year, but he wins the 40 net championship. It really had a dominant. Speaking of legends, Michael walking in the building. How we doing, sir?
You said you.
So the Gala, a 2-shot victory, and like we said going into this, we expected the scoring to be early and often. 21 under par, including a 4 under yesterday. 2 shots clear of SH Kim. You had Cam Davis 2 shots back at him at 17 under. Eric Cole at 16 under. Tony's pick, Justin Thomas, 15 under.
Oh,
Just didn't have it yesterday. Was
no.
over par for most of the round, but ended up settling for a tied for 5th, which, I mean, going into this, I think, you'll take it because with the Ryder Cup this weekend, you wanted some type of momentum. And I think, that's what you got with JT this weekend.
Oh, yeah. No, it was still, good performance. Like you said, shame there on the back end there of the tournament. But I mean, I think he's, full on Ryder Cup. This was just a little bit like, let's get some strokes in, let's feel good about myself. But his whole mind, the whole weekend, Ryder Cup, baby. He's already in Rome.
And I could be mistaken, Tony, because I feel like we talked about this just very quickly. Did you say you liked the European team, or that wasn't you? I'm thinking of somebody else.
I don't recall saying that.
Was that you, really?
That was me.
Okay.
That was
You
me.
cheeky
You're thinking
bastard.
like big European victory. this weekend.
No, obviously.
A big European
Obviously
victory.
not like USA guy.
Riley loves the EU,
No,
baby.
no, but not what you want, but what you're expecting. Kind of like Zach Wilson. Fuck out of here.
I think they are good. Like I think they have good pieces. You go down the top of their lineup, you get Rahm, McIlroy, Victor Hovland.
Yeah.
Like, those guys can play with anyone. Yes, maybe the bottom tier of their team doesn't compare to our bottom half of our team.
Mhm.
But even the bottom half of their team, you have a guy like Sepp Straka, who's very talented
Ooh,
too.
yeah.
Won a couple events on tour this year. So
What about Tommy Fleetwood?
Tommy Fleetwood too.
Tommy can play.
Exactly. And
Tommy can
it's
play.
in Europe. It's in Rome. That definitely
Right.
counts for something. So I think USA is a better team. I don't think it's going to be a runaway win for them at all.
And I think really, I mean, it's going to be a big storyline though, how JT performs. And, and we've
Huge.
seen him and Spieth do well in these events before. And just how different can it be? A U.S. win, it's all good. Oh, and they're probably going to laud the fact that Zach Johnson went with JT, over Dustin Johnson or some of the other golfers. And then, on the flip side of things, if Europe dominates, I'm sure Zach Johnson's going to get some heat.
Oh,
Zach
yeah,
Johnson.
100%.
And I have to ask, how has the golf been for yourself? I feel like you've had a couple rounds since we last talked to you.
It's been pretty good.
Oh, yeah?
Nothing special, definitely. It's getting to that time of year where I know I can't play in like a month or a month and a half
Mhm.
almost. And it's like I'm trying to get some more rounds in before the year ends, and I'm trying to get to a score that I want to get to. But if I'm being honest, I don't know if that is coming my way.
What's the score?
I want to like the other time when I was 98,
Okay.
which is not where I usually like. I don't
Right.
want that.
Right, exactly.
I want to
exactly.
be consistently around that like 88 to 90 range every single time. Like even when my game is off, just knowing that I'm going to end somewhere around there. Like I can't have the 100. Like that just can't happen.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. And I feel like we're basically in the same spot. Like I'm like accepting of a 90, but I'm not excited in any way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I'm not like, oh my God, like I played terrible either.
Yeah.
No, I'm all 80 for me.
I just no, 78, Michael. 78.
Well, I mean, that's like when I'm just like kind of trying. But I mean, when I'm having a couple with the buddies, I'm going for 80.
yeah. Staying clear of the houses. You're all good.
Dude.
Oh,
just
my
see me-
God, dude.
Riley nail like this one house 3 times in a
That's
row.
crazy.
Dude.
That's crazy.
Like accurate. That's accurate. No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
I
it
guess.
is.
Yeah,
Very
consistency
accurate, dude. Yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
And Riley, I don't know if you're listening, but I told this, I guess, last week, but I played Lake of Isles last week, and I was so riled, like absolutely bombing it off the tee, 44 on the front. And then all of a sudden on 10, I just developed this thing where I'm hitting, and it's just way like maybe 3 fairways left, like out of nowhere. It was hitting fine, and still trying to figure that out last couple of rounds. And it's just like, out of nowhere, that stuff happens, and it's just so annoying. Like I absolutely can't take that.
Yeah, no, I don't have that problem. I have the 3 fairways to the right problem.
Yeah, no, that's what I usually have. That's what I
a
usually
little
have.
over the top, slice that thing to the right. I wish I had the hook, honestly,
Yeah,
because you can kind of work with that.
yeah. It's just crazy, like just how stuff comes and goes.
Oh,
but
yeah,
like,
100%.
but like you're saying, just trying to finish out the year right. As we get into the gym and bulking season, get ready for some one-on-one
That's right, baby.
basketball with Tony.
Yes, dude.
Looking jacked on camera.
Like today, it's day 1, dude. It is day one.
of conditioning.
Let's
Yeah.
go, baby.
One day a week. cheat
What
day.
are we
Other
doing,
than that,
dude?
We're grinding.
Yes.
No exceptions. That's it.
Saturday.
Sunday.
Michael's bringing us to
Sunday.
the beach, dude. Sprinting down the beach.
Sundays are the only exception for football. That's it.
Okay.
Other than that, you gotta just tone up.
Well, I mean,
charger?
the cable's
I do
right
not
here,
have
but the block is being used to charge. Okay.
We got it. We good?
Interrupt the show. I don't mean to interrupt the show, but I'm going to interrupt the show.
Yeah. No. You're good. You're good.
Doofus himself.
But let's jump into it. Let's go to the world of the National Football League.
Nice. Yeah.
Jefferson climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness! Justin Jefferson, the catch of his life.
Burrow fires, intercepted, picked off at a pick six. Minka Fitzpatrick, an absolute ball hawk.
Niners twist up front and get to Tagovailoa. Bosa again. Mahomes escaping on the move, stops, spins, flips it forward for the touchdown.
Stop it.
Aaron Jones. Oh, what a tackle! Quincy Williams with a pile driver.
Go Steelers? We're there. Or no?
Yeah.
Beat the
Let's
Browns?
go Steelers!
Beat the Browns? No.
Wow.
You don't want to beat the Browns?
Let's beat the Browns, baby.
Fuck off.
Okay.
What a
it's awesome.
Sunday we had in the National Football League yesterday, and tons of 1 o'clock games. Still had 4 at 4 o'clock. But I feel like we know what we want to talk about here. So let's just start there. The Jets in Dallas, and you went into this one, obviously that great win on Monday night against Buffalo with some momentum. We talked about Zach Wilson, stepping up here, first start of the year, tough assignment. We know the strength of this Dallas team and that defense, the defensive line, and of course what
no offensive line,
Micah
offensive
Parsons
line, dude.
does. And at the end of the day, the Jets get shellacked shut out in the second half here, 30-10, falling to the Dallas Cowboys. Zach Wilson, 12 of 27, 170 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions, sacked 3 times. So really just kind of giving us shades of 2022 here. And I have a lot to say early and often, honestly, as Tony would say. But I do want to start with Michael before I say anything.
Okay, let's start with Michael.
Please, I would like Michael's assessment
of
Zach Wilson, the Jets, losers here.
It wasn't Gordon Damer. It was, what's the other guy's name? Dan Graza?
Yeah, Dan
I was listening to last night with whoever the hell that was. And it's tough because, they even said it. This game we didn't lose because of Zach. There was 1, 2, even 3 things ahead. And then Zach, why we lost. And it's tough. And now everyone's going to point at Zach and say, oh, it's Zach, it's Zach. But what happens if Zach Attack Quack Quack comes out Sunday against Riley's shit team, New England, takes him down, makes him frown? Does he have the crown?
Well, I'll tell you what, that is not going to happen. Definitely not gonna happen.
And you know what? Like, first half was decent, second half was horrible, obviously. But like I said, that's what's his name didn't play well. The corner, Sauce. He played
dropped that interception.
Okay, and honestly, coaching matchups like we didn't call a lot of good plays on defense and on offense.
Right.
And so I don't know. I said from day one, I'm worried about Salah, and then that was the biggest thing. With Rodgers going down, is we don't really have a coach.
Anything else, bro?
No, that's it. I'm done. And then Tony could back me up.
Yeah. So what I would say here is, I don't think we sit here a year later, and I don't think anything's changed. I think it's the same thing, and we could point to outside factors. The offensive line, yes, the offensive line didn't have a good game yesterday, but that has nothing to do with just Zach Wilson's abilities at quarterback, and he's shown no growth. And we've seen guys like Joe Burrow go to a Super Bowl with a bad offensive line. So we can't make the excuse, oh, Zach didn't have a good game because of the offensive line. It's the same thing. Zach Wilson has been a bust for well over a year now. There's nothing to talk about. And we saw Gardner Minshew come off the bench yesterday for the Colts in a win, perform well.
Yeah, against who?
That's what we need to be doing. We're wasting our time with Zach
Wilson.
I
want Brian to say. Who they play?
Completely wasting our time.
Play?
They played the Texans, Tony. Come on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, my God.
The Texans, bro. What are you talking about?
Stop.
What do you mean stop?
No, I'm not even.
Because you put him against the Cowboys, he's going to do absolutely nothing, dude. Like, what are you talking about? Come on. No, that's bad even for you, Brian.
I said this before, after the Rodgers injury.
Say it again.
Zach Wilson is the worst starting quarterback I've ever seen. He's terrible. He sucks, and we're wasting our season by starting him. You could talk about the offensive line and the coaching. If you're good, you're better than that.
No.
And that's it. There's nothing to talk about.
No.
He's
I think there is more to talk about.
He's embarrassing to the quarterback position. I want you, Tony, to tell me one thing that he did well on Sunday, please.
I mean, he
was texting
led the team in rushing yards.
His mom's friend
led the team in rushing yards. Had the most
Yes.
carries too. Like
Tony,
he's being. You can't knock the fact that he's definitely being misused. He's being misused, dude. Why is Breece Hall getting 4 carries for the entire game?
Good friend.
Like, are you kidding me?
My good friend.
Who's your good friend? You have no good friends. You have no good friends.
Preach, double B, preach. So good to hear from Josh B on this one.
Go walk the dogs, Josh.
My
all right.
My other good friend,
My
Richard
other good friend,
Goldstein.
Richard.
Wait, let's get to that. Oh, agree with Barnes. Zach Wilson will always be trash. Exactly. There's nothing like. How long are we gonna wait? We're gonna wait until his contract's up?
No. Stop. First of all, and no, because this is bogus. This is bogus. This is bogus.
No, you know what? I'm dead serious.
Why?
I know this is completely different sports. If he was on the Mets, he would be your least favorite player of all time. So shut the fuck up, Tony. Honestly.
That's ridiculous. We said this week Cowboys probably be lost. Not gonna look pretty at all. And the real test is the Patriots. We said that last week, first of all. And on top of it, dude, the Jets just played a horrible game, dude.
Tony, I see right through. You know he sucks.
But you can't.
This is a waste of time.
It's not a waste of time. You want to talk about it. I didn't bring it up. You brought it up.
No, it's great. No. Let's start them against the Patriots. Let's have them shut us out and beat us for the 17th time in a row. I'm sure Bill Belichick is cheesing at the fact that he's starting this game. So let's go. Let's go, Zach.
Yeah, he's probably cheesing at the fact that Salah has no idea what the fuck he's doing.
I think Riley has something to say. Let's see what we got.
I completely agree with you here, Brian.
Yeah.
I think he's an absolute joke. And I think Garner Minshew or a guy like Jameis Winston would at least give you a chance.
Andy Dalton, Andy Dalton.
Oh, stop it, Andy Dalton.
He doesn't give you a chance.
That's ridiculous.
You have no chance.
Doesn't give you a chance.
Deer in headlights, not fit for the NFL. I mean, it's that simple. And we can talk about, you're giving him a tough time, this, that. No. This is you put up or shut up, and he needs to shut the fuck up.
And you are right. Like this week, I am pumped up that we are going to be facing Zach Wilson.
You know it. You know it.
If you picked anyone else to come in this game, I'd be a little nervous because you have pieces. You have a good defense.
Be nervous still.
Why?
Because it's over. Zach attack, quack.
But we've shown in the past that defensively we picked him off 7 times last year.
Yeah. It's so embarrassing. It's so disheartening. And this is why I hate the fact that the Jets don't want to bring in a backup quarterback. And this is almost back to Dave Gettleman with Eli Manning's feelings. It's the same thing with Zach Wilson. We're not going to bring in a veteran because we're worried about how Zach's going to take it. And it's just like, let's just drain the season so at least Zach Wilson's emotions are
What are you talking about? That's not even a real. No, it's not.
We don't want to mess with his psyche. We want to show that we believe in him. Nobody believes in him. That's a bunch of horseshit.
Well, obviously, Salah believes in him. But in terms of feelings, they brought in Rodgers. Obviously, they don't care about his feelings. They did bring in a veteran quarterback to start over him. What are you talking about?
Right. And now that they're stuck with him and know that he sucks, they don't want to bring another quarterback just for the chance that he's going to do well, which is not going to happen. He's not going to do well.
He is going to do well.
No, you can't.
You got to admit a little bit, dude. He's being misused right now. Is he not? What are you talking about?
Yes, he's being misused. He should be the water boy, Tony. Seriously.
The water boy?
Yeah. That would be his best use.
I don't think so, dude.
No. There's nothing to point to it. At the end of the day, there's not one thing that Zach Wilson has done good since he was the number 2 overall pick. That's it. And Richard is talking about the Jets bringing in Kaepernick, which
terrible idea, dude. He's a fucking bum too. What do you mean? Every guy you're mentioning is a fucking bum, dude. Every single one of them.
No,
you're telling me Gardner Minshew against the Texans did well?
I don't want.
That's ridiculous.
I don't want to bring in Kaepernick, but I know Tony. Gardner Minshew compared to what Zach Wilson would do, it's not even close.
Gardner Minshew was probably throwing 3 interceptions too last night. Yeah, he is, dude.
It's the act. The Zach act is getting.
It's not the
old.
Zach act.
Yes,
dude.
it is.
No, it's not. I'm telling you. Look at the stats here, bro. There is something wrong with the fact that Breece Hall is getting 4 carries.
What does that have to do with Zach throwing 3 picks?
Because obviously, the Cowboys are good defense, dude. The Cowboys are a great team. They are obviously more prepared to play the Jets. It looked like Salah didn't do anything to prepare the Cowboys. It looked like he was we're going to lose anyway. I'm not even going to try. Who cares, dude?
Maybe he should have held Zach's hand when he dropped back to pass. Maybe that would have helped.
Sure. I mean, if he played a different game, I think a better strategy. I mean, Saleh, I mean, you're seeing a lot of like inconsistencies and weaknesses in Saleh's game right now. He's absolutely, I understand, like you lost your starting quarterback. That sucks, but it's like you had like basically 2 games to prepare Zach Wilson. Like you had a full week of practice. Like, you know, he came into the first game when Rodgers went down. He took no snaps the entire, you know, the upcoming week of the game, rightfully so. But it's like you had a whole week to prepare Zach Wilson, and he did not do that. He had a terrible game plan. The defense didn't really play. I feel like the Cowboys were running all over the Jets the whole game. Like they were not prepared at all for this game on any side of the ball for any player. They played like shit.
I think you could have Vince Lombardi coach Zach Wilson, and he's not going to get anything out of him.
I don't think so, dude.
It's just if you don't have it, you don't have it. We've seen it with too many quarterbacks over the years. It's clear from day one when a quarterback steps into the league, there's no such thing as years of failure and then they're fixed. It just doesn't happen.
What do you mean it doesn't happen?
Nobody has started out a career this bad and then been really good. There's not one example to point to. At least the people that we said maybe were a little disappointing, at least statistically, they were way above what Zach Wilson's doing. He can't even throw for 200 yards consistently. Like, what are we even talking about? This is the modern NFL. This isn't 1960, Tony. I mean, this is ridiculous.
Like, I guess. I mean, I don't know, man. I still think if Saleh uses him better, again, you have yeah. What do you mean like uses him better? You have to have a fucking game plan. You can't come in here because he's it does matter because he's not Aaron Rodgers, and that's obvious.
So let's hear Tony's game plan for Zach Wilson about how we're gonna highlight his strengths. How would we do this?
Well, obviously, for one, I mean, you're running the ball more. You create some type of illusion that you have a threat on the ground, and you free up some time for Zach Wilson to make some actual reads. Like, yes, he's a little bit slow on the reads.
A little.
The game is not. He's not slowing down the game. That's probably his biggest problem. The game is coming at him too fast. But it's like when you have no run game and the Cowboys defense knows exactly what you're doing, like, how do you give him a fucking chance at all, dude? How do you give him a chance? How do you even give him a chance?
We've seen him play 23 games in the NFL. We would have seen him play one really good game by now.
Probably one highlight is the fact that he is mobile. Like he ran for 36 yards and he led the team in rushing yards.
Maybe he should challenge for Lamar Jackson's single season rushing record at quarterback. Maybe he should just run him 20 times a game.
I mean, the Ravens certainly win more games than the Jets do. So sure, why not, dude? Run him.
Yeah, because they have a better quarterback. We got tons of comments here. What else we do?
We do. Lonnie came in here with a double B. Do me a favor and please stop telling people I know you. It's like you're trying to convince people by convincing yourself. Stop trying to warp people's mind into yours, sir.
Wow, dude.
That was
that's pretty heavy, man.
Like heavy
but the one
deep,
thing that he
like.
didn't say is
that is deep.
That we know he agrees with.
I think he said you don't know, actually. I think that's what he's saying.
Really
Zach Wilson is awful. And I know that he doesn't disagree with that. But what else we got?
Lonnie said morning Tony's mom.
Oh, my mom say good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, yes.
That's my mom.
Good morning.
Morning, mom. They sent me a photo of lasagna last night, dude. Oh,
and Josh B cracking up mobile, the new Michael Vick.
Yes. Some people are saying that, though, that he is the new Michael Vick.
Yeah.
There you go, dude. What happened to him?
Just way more shittier. Yeah. Way more shittier.
Okay, and then Lonnie says, "See, he just said it again." So I'm asking. It's a question, Lonnie.
When did you say that?
What is he? No, because I said I know that Lonnie thinks he's terrible. So what is your assessment of Zach Wilson, Lonnie? Let's see what he says. But it's just tough. And listen, like we talk about the defense, the offensive line, we know that they didn't do well, but I think especially defensively, I think they just had a bad game. I'm not worried about them moving forward. I think they could still be a top unit. And obviously maybe things do change if Sauce takes that to the house. I think that makes it a completely different game. There definitely is some concern about the offensive line though. I mean, obviously the task won't be as tough, like next week against New England, not to say that they don't have a decent offensive line. But I just think moving forward to even be above 500, there has to be a way to throw for, I don't know, on average, maybe 250 yards. Yeah. And we're well below that.
As a question, I'd like to ask you, why did Breece Hall not run? Like, why did he only have 4 carries? It doesn't make sense to me,
Right.
because if you watch the game last Monday, yes, they tried because he coming off the injury and they want to keep him fresh and they don't want to get him hurt. But he went for, what did he have, like 3 rushes last week? He broke like 2 of them for over 35 plus yards. Like he looked really good last week. And I feel like he wasn't used. So I was just wondering why do you think that?
Yeah, I mean, I know they're trying to ease him in, and I think it's just one of those things where coaches lose sight of a game plan.
They have no game plan. That's what it is, dude.
No, but you lose sight of what you went into the game thinking.
Yeah,
because
had
you're
no
in
game plan.
You're in such a hole. So then you feel like, well, I mean, I can't just try to run it 30 times. I need to score quicker. And that's when you get 3 and outs because you have an incompetent quarterback.
Well, because you had no game plan walking in. I mean, these 2 running backs, like between Cook and Hall, I mean, there should be 30 touches. And then you have Michael Carter in there. Like, what are you doing? Like, you should be rushing off the rip of the game. Like, that's your game plan. Let's run it down the middle, like run it up the throats of the Cowboys, make them not want to hit.
Yeah.
But you couldn't do that. And the offensive line didn't block for shit. They had their way with the Jets the entire game from the get-go. There was just no momentum for the Jets, and the Cowboys knew it coming into this game. It was an absolute shit show. And I think that the coaching staff really failed the team and the fan base here.
Micah Parsons is a beast, though.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
No,
for that
he
kid.
is.
He is.
He is really good, dude. But come on, you gotta like chip him or something, dude.
2 sacks, 4 quarterback hits, and 4 tackles for Micah Parsons. So, this is obviously just a tough loss, especially, you felt maybe there was some momentum getting that late field goal, and it was tough too. The end of the half, they had Garrett Wilson there in the end zone, but you had a tip pass by DeMarcus Lawrence. You settle for 3, and then you don't really get, close to scoring the rest of the game. Fortunately, you won your first game. But it is just tough, because you go into next week with a motivated Patriots team that's 0-2 with Bill Belichick, and the fact of the matter is, you haven't beaten them since 2015, and you've really struggled with Zach at quarterback against them. So you talk about game planning, and it's just, I don't know, of course I want them to win. I hope that they win, but I don't know with Zach Wilson and an offensive line that's struggling, with the running game, how you plan on doing that. I guess, you have to kind of really get creative. And that Bill Belichick's calling card is, taking away your best weapon. So I'm sure he'll have, Garrett Wilson blanketed in coverage. And I guess you just have to hope that your offensive line gives you some push. But it's just, after losing this one and the fact that, he relishes opportunities to beat the Jets, it's tough to feel good. Here we are less than a week out from that game.
Yeah, it is tough on the like the quick turnaround there for the Jets, but I don't know, dude. I just feel like, yeah, maybe he'll take out Garrett Wilson. I still feel like Garrett Wilson will have opportunities to make big plays. I mean, just like you said, Brian, good players will find a way to make good plays. And I think on top of that, I mean, I think if you rely on some of your veteran receivers like Lazard, maybe even throw Cobb in the mix there. I mean, I think those are 2 other pieces you could use that could maybe like throw Belichick for a whirl. And again, I think if you come out here, you start running the ball a lot, and Breece Hall starts to get some momentum, like he's running downhill. You get Dalvin Cook on some 3rd down and 2s, just shoving it over the line of scrimmage there for first downs. You start getting momentum that way. You start eating up the clock. I mean, it's going to put pressure on Mac Jones to try and perform here. And that guy, I think with the front line that the Jets have, as well as some of the corners that the Jets have. I mean, you're going to put pressure on Mac Jones. He's going to make mistakes. Your defense is going to win this game. And if Zach Wilson, again, if he, you play to the fact that he is mobile, you give him some good looks downfield. You have an established running game to give him some time. And who knows? I think, Rick said it pretty well this morning on the show where, like, clearly the offensive line is having issues pass blocking, but if you give them shots at, maybe run blocking, where instead of blocking backwards, they're blocking downfield, maybe they'll get some confidence and momentum, and maybe the blocking will look a little bit better here for the offensive line, and Zach Wilson will have some time. So I think if you play with that, that in your head, there's no reason. It's a long game. It's 4 quarters. You don't need Zach Wilson to throw for 100 yards in the first half of the game. Like, all you need to do is to stay clean, have your run game do a lot of the work. Like, there's no shame in relying on your run game. and having 50, you decide to run the ball 50 times. There's no shame in that, dude. Like, that's a great strategy. Ground and pound. Like, you don't need to be flashy about it. All right. And then let your defense, do their work, and you're going to win this game. Like, it really, I don't think I think the strategy coming into this past weekend was just totally ass backwards. It was the opposite.
It would be nice to do that against the Patriots this coming week, and it kind of parlays into our next talking point here. But you saw last night the Dolphins beat the Patriots 24-17, and they did do what you say. 30 rushing attempts, 145 yards. They were successful in that. I guess the reason why it's tough for me to see that happening, next week is just simply the fact, look at the difference at quarterback and just offense in general. You're defending Tua, you're defending Tyreek Hill, you're defending Jalen Waddle. Of course, the Patriots are going to be concerned about their coverage and not stacking the box on every play. Yeah. And we did see them make adjustments in the second half, after being down 17-3. And shutting out Miami in the third quarter, and only allowing that one touchdown, which was unfortunately for them one too many. Yeah. In the fourth quarter there. But at the end of the day, we've seen the Patriots be competitive in these first two games, both one possession games. But coming from a Patriots fan, Riley, I mean, what was your assessment of last night?
Well, like you said, two good teams. I think Miami's offense they looked good, man. I mean, they are unbelievable.
Yeah.
And Tua looks good. He looked really good looks confident. It's just the thing with us, and I feel like Mac, he's done nothing this year where I've been like, oh shit. Like he's been good. He's made good throws. It's just I feel like we're kind of on offense missing that pow, that weapon, like that one play down, that 25-yard play, 30-yard play downfield that really gets you a chance, like into field goal range. I just feel like every drive was like a slow march that either stalled out.
Right.
After we got like 7 first downs, but then it would stall out at like the 45, and then like it's too long to kick, and we're punting from 50, and then it's just we're missing that touchdown power. But I mean, you can't. I was saying last night to my roommates, I don't know how to feel about this Patriots team yet, because you could argue we played 2 of the top 5 teams in the league.
Right.
We started slow against both of them, then made adjustments and climbed our way back into both games. I don't know, man. It's tough. I mean, you look at our schedule though, like we have the Jets coming up, and then which I think is going to be a good game. And then you get the Cowboys in week 4. You got to play the Cowboys. Then you got to we play the Chiefs. We play the Ravens. We play the Bills twice. We play the Dolphins again on the road. And then we play the Jets again, who, like I said, I think is going to be a close game, both games. So
yeah,
it really is. I don't know, because I want to say, we lost to 2 good teams. We're playing good teams the rest of the year. So if you're losing, you're losing. So, I mean, that's just a bummer. I think they're going to be really mid. I think it's going to be one of the most mid teams of all time.
So, I mean, you almost could say there's potential for that 4-13 prediction to be not too far off.
Yeah, maybe.
It's a little below mid. I don't know, man.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I honestly think next week is a huge test. Not because the Jets are a crazy good team. It's just if you want to make the excuse you played the 2 best teams in the league and you lost by 1, and you're actually not that bad, then you have to go in and beat. Like if we lose to the Jets, then I don't think we're a good team at all.
One thing that I feel like is somewhat concerning is, watching this game for the Patriots, I don't know. I don't think, I mean, sure, like Bradley Chubb is pretty good, but I didn't think Miami's defense, in terms of run defense, was that crazy. And the Patriots, carried it 25 times for only 3.5 yards per carry.
The O-line we had 2 guys banged up on the O-line.
Yeah.
The O-line was atrocious. I mean, if you watched every replay, Miami was pushing them back 2 yards every single play. They're getting into the backfield. Chubb was getting into the backfield every single time. It was insane. And then we have Ramondre Stevenson is a back. He is a
I've always thought he was good. Yeah, Zeke, to me, from initially I thought it's a waste of time.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with you 100%. I think Ramondre should get pretty much every carry.
Yeah.
But I mean, he can't do anything if the O-line is doing that. And then, Mac was doing pretty well last night with getting the ball out quickly. But I mean, all it takes is he made one mistake. I mean, we had a big pick. Christian Gonzalez, our rookie, makes a huge interception.
Mm-hmm.
We're down by 7 with, I think it was like 5 minutes left in the game. And we're starting on our like 35, 40 maybe. And I had no confidence that Mac Jones was going to lead us down the field and get 7 for us. What did he do? He fucking went 3 and out. We gave the ball back to Miami in a closer position to when they threw the ball and we intercepted it. So they basically earned a free 15 yards, 1 play Raheem Mostert touchdown. Now we're down by 14. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's and you can't lose in those uniforms. You look too good to lose in those uniforms last night.
yeah. And it's just tough, like what you were saying, like the upcoming schedule too.
Oh,
and you just feel like, not to say that they have some like elite group of skill position players, but
no, yeah.
I think there's still like enough there where if you had somebody that was, I don't know, in the top half of the starting quarterbacks in the league, they'll be able to make pretty good work of what is there.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I think that we have a lot of good like B+ wide receivers.
Right,
We just don't have that guy. Like a guy like, you put a guy like Garrett Wilson on our offense, it completely changes our offense. Like completely changes our offense.
Yeah.
Like, he should be getting the ball for them. Like, I think he is so good. Like, I think he is so good.
Yeah.
Which I do feel like, because I love him, because Hard Knocks made me love him. Like, he's such a cool dude. I feel like. And I wish he had Rodgers, man. That's just that Rodgers said to him when he was like, what did he say? He was like, "I'm sorry, kid." Like that gave me like some sad like Lightning McQueen vibes in the Cars 1 when he goes and meets Doc. He's like, "I'm sorry, kid." That gave me some of that.
He knows.
And speaking of that, I actually forgot to mention, what do you guys, obviously we got to like get in position first, but what do you make of Rodgers saying, there's a chance return
January,
Achilles, January, special surgery?
I mean, sure. I guess he's some new surgery, like replacing the Achilles with a different ligament for your body.
Like,
So it's, I mean, if anyone could, I suppose it's Rodgers, but I don't know, man. I just feel like if he even returns in January, it's like,
well, also it's like if we're playing in January, I mean, you would think, unless they bring someone in from the outside, that would mean that Zach was playing well and that they wouldn't want to mess with him. You know what I mean? And I just question at this point, are we going to be playing when he's ready to go?
I honestly hope you are.
No, I hope we are too. But
like in all,
I mean, obviously, I think we are. But it's like, if when we are playing in January, obviously things are going well. So why would we put Rodgers in?
Yeah,
at the risk of him re-injuring his Achilles. I mean, we've seen it so many times too. I mean, I understand like if it's a new surgery, whatever. It's Aaron Rodgers, but the guy is 39 years old. Like, I mean, look at Mike Soroka on the Braves. He's 21, tears his Achilles, comes back at 22, re-tears it, dude. So it's like, why even rush it? You know what I'm saying, Matt?
Right. But I do think, I think don't play this year. I think he could be fine next year, even though it's, against the grain, someone that old coming back from an Achilles. I think he could do that. But this year seems ridiculous. And I would like to get on some I guess
we got a lot of comments here.
It'll actually, go to the comments.
Let's go to the comments,
dude. Different, but let's go to the comments.
The comments here. Josh B, the Jets will be lucky to win 4 games too.
Stop it, dude. Stop it.
Quick, gotta go.
I hope they're lucky.
Or in Mystic, right? Mystic Villager. You've been in Mystic Villager.
And then, like we were just saying,
you said it. No, dude. You just said
I
Mystic.
remember saying it, but I'm saying I don't know how that turned into a bite. That's all.
In Mystic, right? Mystic Villager. You've been in Mystic Villager.
No way Rodgers plays this season.
Yeah, no way. Yeah, Jay, come on. What do you think of the game, dude? Jay, what do you got, dude?
Yeah, thoughts.
Did you make it home, by the way, Jay?
And Josh is crying.
Yeah.
We're crying.
Yeah, that was very sad.
Yeah.
Dolphins. What do we got? Dolphins.
Dolphin noises help with healing bonds.
Bonds? Like
bonds.
That's interesting.
I guess that's you, dude.
No, he's right. And for birthing process.
Yeah. You giving birth? Michael's having a baby.
Giving birth to dolphins.
That's what I hear, dude.
And then what does Reese say? Is this Reese now? Who is this?
Oh, Fondo. Love you, brother.
Oh, it's your boy?
Oh, okay.
Oh, nice.
And he's saying he loves. Is he talking about Saw?
That's my last name.
No, Souza.
Oh, okay.
It's pronounced Souza, right?
I guess it's time to get some glasses.
Dude, you got to figure it out, dude. Yeah. Do you need glasses?
What I was gonna say though, and I have a feeling I don't know. I guess there's stipulations, Tony, but just talk hypothetically here for a second.
What do you got?
We know this is an important game, coming up against the Patriots here.
Oh, yeah.
If just production wise, we're looking at the same thing that we looked at this past week. Are you still going to be adamant, Zach?
No, I mean, listen, I said it to this past week. If the next 2 games he has like 5 or 6 interceptions.
Well, we're halfway there.
I know it's time to kind of look at it again. Yeah. Like, I really do believe that the game plan coming in for the Cowboys was just absolute dog shit. I mean, I don't understand who calls the plays on the offense. It's not Saleh, obviously.
No, it's
Daniel Hackett. Yeah. So it's like, I mean, I understand Hackett probably has an entire package for Aaron Rodgers set up and everything, but it's just like, how do you not come up with some type of game plan for the Cowboys? Like for Zach, like Zach is gonna be your quarterback, and I just feel like I don't know. It's so confusing to me because Zach came in game 1 here, and what they do, they ran the ball a ton,
right?
And like post game conference, so like Zach needs some work. We're gonna rely, we're gonna rely on a run game.
Yeah, and
they did exactly not that against the Cowboys. I don't know if they decided to test Zach Wilson, but this is the wrong fucking week to do it, dude. Like I feel like the game plan should have been the run game against the Cowboys, see what can happen, and then if you get Zach Wilson some confidence, Patriots like tell him to send the ball out there.
Yeah.
But now Zach Wilson has no confidence. Again, I feel like you're killing this kid. Am I wrong? Like, I mean, the kid needs confidence.
Did he not already kill us though?
Like, obviously he did, dude. Obviously, he came into the league here.
Like,
but you're not doing anything to help him.
But I feel like that we're not talking about
thing to help him. No, we are talking about. That's all we're talking about.
No, but I'm saying he could have came into the league and taken it by storm, but he didn't. And that's at the end of the day on him.
I mean, I guess he could have. I mean, I feel like when they drafted him, everyone was like, "Why are you drafting this kid?"
I wanted Justin Fields.
Exactly. Well,
not that he's not that great, he's really a lot better than Zach Wilson,
dude. And the Bears look like an absolute shit show, dude. But I don't know, dude. I forget your initial question, but
no, I said if it's brutal again this week, like
I mean,
if
it's brutal against the Pats, yeah, a little bit, dude. But again, like we have to give this kid a chance. And
I'm just worried that we're going to give him too much of a chance, though, and then our season's going to be over because listen to what we have coming up.
I know, the Chiefs,
Broncos, Eagles, Giants, Chargers, Raiders, Bills, Dolphins, Falcons. I mean, you could lose almost every single one of those games.
Win, and a win.
I mean, you certainly can lose almost every single.
Quack.
But again, like it has to start one game at a time with this guy.
Coach the Jets.
You can't be looking at it like, look at this whole season, Zach. You better start fucking winning now. You can't freak out on this kid.
So should we wait for 2 more years of him?
No, dude. But it's gonna be a slow process.
But I said this last week. It's like it could get late early, and that's what's going to happen here. You can't. The season's going to be over.
Yeah,
by the time
I know. But I'm like, play to your fucking strengths, dude.
Play
to your strengths. Like you did not play to your strengths against the Cowboys. You played into their strengths, dude. You led them right into a victory this Sunday.
I just know if you can't be doing that. Average quarterback, though, we would actually have a chance.
If you had Aaron Rodgers, you have a fucking chance.
But not
Zach Wilson came into the season probably expecting never to touch a ball.
Like, as pathetic as it sounds, I almost think Matt Ryan out of retirement.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
I really do.
That's straight up ridiculous.
I'm sorry. A veteran
embarrassing yourself.
That's like American Pie shit.
Wow.
So it just kills me that we're wasting this season because we don't want to bring in a veteran.
Bro, how about your crazy defense? Like, I feel like
what happened to that?
30 points.
Right. No, it wasn't good defense yesterday.
But I think you can't blame them for the loss.
No. I mean, you can't. It's
Zach Wilson's fault. Usually you scored 26 points in your first 2 games. You're gonna win a lot of games offensively.
Well, if you scored 26 points this game, you would have lost anyway.
Wait, realistically,
that was for both games combined.
I know. I'm saying for this game, though.
Realistically, where is the leash?
This game, dude.
Where is the leash with Zach Wilson for you? Like,
I mean, the least was 2 years ago.
But it's done. Like you hope today they go and sign a guy in the free agency.
Because
Matt Ryan. You want Matt Ryan?
Unfortunately, yes. That's how bad the situation is.
But Matt Ryan's a bum.
I love
a loser, dude.
We went over the hierarchy of things, and especially with the Anthony Richardson concussion, we're not going to get Minshew from the Colts. That's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
No.
Shout out Richardson though.
So it's unfortunate. I mean, I don't know. Taylor Heineke even.
How about Carson Wentz?
I think Carson Wentz compared to Zach Wilson,
yes,
would be a MVP.
I completely agree.
That's ridiculous.
100%.
That's also ridiculous.
Yes.
Numbers back it up.
No,
Yes.
you're glorifying every other quarterback. I feel just because
Every
you don't
other
want Zach
numbers
Wilson.
glorify themselves.
The numbers,
there's nothing to
dude.
point to with Zach other than that. I don't know. There's like an emotional attachment, Tony. Other than that, there's
MILF.
nothing to point to. Yeah.
The MILF guy.
I don't care about the milfs, okay, dude. What he does in his own time is totally his business. All right. I just think that he is a talented quarterback. And again, if he's used well, I just feel like the entire time this guy's been on the Jets, he's been absolutely thrown to the flames. He's been given no shot. From the day he's been drafted, he's been telling how much he sucks.
And then,
Like, am I wrong to say
he's
that
had-
everyone had no
he's
confidence
had
in him at all,
journeyman
dude?
quarterback play the
Journeyman
same position
quarterback.
with the same coaching staff and the same guys around him and outproduce him tenfold.
Oh, you mean like quarterbacks who have been in the league for a while? You're saying?
Bring back Joe Flacco.
Like, who have
How many
experience without
excuses
you.
are we going to make for this guy, though?
Well, like, what do you like?
I mean, this is football, Tony. We're not playing patty cake over here. You have to produce. I mean, you want to make every single excuse.
I'm
for
not
him.
making
There's
excuses,
There's
dude.
nothing to defend, though. At least, like, if there was like a little semblance, oh, this throw, that throw. There isn't anything. He doesn't excel in any part of the game, and yet we want him to lead our team at quarterback. I mean, it just it's nonsensical to think that he can do anything. I mean, really though, not one thing points to it.
I don't think so. I'm telling you, dude. If this guy is used right, you're gonna see it against the Patriots. I guarantee it, dude.
Yeah.
Oh,
Joe, name it,
guarantee it.
baby.
Against the Pats.
What else we got?
We got
Lonnie's saying, first off, I hope the whole crew is coming this Sunday.
I mean, is
Well,
that
the
even a
whole crew
question?
Isn't, but a good amount.
But yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, us three and
Yeah.
Renee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's-
just
Well, I
about
mean, Matt's not coming. Jay's not coming.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're still strong in numbers, I would say.
Yeah,
we
what the
are.
hell, dude?
Yeah. Exactly.
Stop, Brian. It's all about the
Well,
milk.
no. It's not me. Tony says he doesn't care about the milk. It's not me.
Whoa, whoa, but you brought it up, dude. Whoa.
No, actually, he brought it up.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
I thought you went to BYU. I don't know what's going on.
No TDs in the second half. But yeah,
My mom says Jones made history yesterday.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second.
Danny Dimes,
Last thing I want to say though, just to wrap up this conversation is, and I had forgotten because we talked about this last week after the Monday night game. Carson Wentz is the answer. I know he's the answer based on the fact you don't have to give up any draft
Why do you have a
capital.
stiffy for him?
He's
Honestly,
sitting
why do you
right there.
love Carson Wentz? The both of you.
No,
dude.
Riley
Because-
got a stiffy.
because
Riley,
Wentz,
baby.
I think if you give him, I guess what, we got 15 games left. If he gets 13 starts with this team, he can win 9 or 10 of them if he gets the opportunity. So hopefully they bring him in. Hopefully they don't just stick with this nonsense because it's not watchable.
What
That's
happens
the
though,
problem.
hypothetical, if they go 41-7 against Patriots, 350 yards, 3 TDs, and a rushing touchdown? What are you going to say then?
I would say let's go.
All right, cool. Just making sure. Just making sure
Michael,
that's a thing in your head, though.
I've wanted the opportunity for so long. That's what I feel like it gets lost in
But
translation.
see, I don't think so. No, because last year I feel like it was all
I
about.
don't think so. The year
You
before
were
that.
saying it wasn't
The
so
year before that. Like, how many times do I need to
But
see
it
it,
happened
Tony?
again.
Like, you know what I mean? No, this guy's terrible, but keep going. Go, Zach, go.
Yeah, so
Go,
you're rooting
go.
for him to lose.
Sam
basically.
Darnold.
I don't need to
Sanchez,
root. He does it
Geno
for me.
Smith.
No, but you want him to lose.
He takes care of the job for me.
You want him to lose, dude. This is what he's gonna look like against the Patriots right here, dude. That's gonna be him. You see that, Brian? He's gonna be calling you right now.
Yeah.
And all the
I
milfs.
just no, and it kills me because I want to wipe that like whatever wry smile off of Belichick's face and just finally beat the Patriots. Like I want to beat the Patriots so bad, and I just feel like we're giving up by starting. This game.
I don't think you are, dude.
Not that it.
Like we just went over how the Dolphins beat the Pats. Like
But they have Tua. Imagine if we had Tua.
I guess.
You
Imagine.
guess,
it'd be
Tony?
nice.
You guess?
I mean, again, I feel like two is a ticking time bomb. I mean, he's
Yeah.
one concussion
Well,
away from
there-
not being able to
everybody's
play
so
ever
great.
again.
At least when he's
Everybody's so
playing,
back
he
and
can give you
forth.
some producing.
Everybody's so back and forth in sports. It's crazy.
It's kind of ridiculous, dude.
I'm sticking to it.
Yeah,
What
I'm
is
dying
there-
on this hill.
Yeah, me too.
So when
when
who's being back and forth though? I feel like
I'm just saying all of sports, it's like Tua's when he wasn't playing, oh, he's unhealthy. He can't play. You got to get another quarterback. Now he plays one game, 2 games this season, and he's the best.
well, I wish we had him, and I wish we didn't have to play the Dolphins twice this season, but we do. You know, it's unfortunate though, because those are division rivals, and you need to beat your division rivals. And it's hard not to say. I mean, they've done a very good job building that thing up quick. They hired a good coach. They've done a lot of things right for a franchise since Dan Marino retired that has done a lot of things wrong. You know, they've really. I mean, they're easily top 5 in the whole league.
He's probably coming out.
Honestly though, like Saleh here.
Yeah,
like so far in the first couple games.
You love him?
Like what? Yeah, what's your grade on his coaching?
I don't like it's
like honestly though.
No, I'm serious. I just think
we want the answer. We don't want the rigmarole.
You're not a coach without a quarterback. So I can't assess him having a guy that honestly I don't even think could play college football right now.
See, like I don't know though, because I mean, let's look at the Giants for example, right? Look at their win here against the Cardinals. You know, yesterday. And even, I mean, you want to take it even from week 1. I mean, you know, they went basically 6 quarters of football in the first 2 games of not being able to score. And you have a quarterback in Daniel Jones, who's people are talking about, you know, he's incredibly overpaid. He was never that good. Why would they double down on him? And I think that, you know, maybe again, stats probably show that Jones is better because again, he's probably played more. He's been more efficient. But you know, you can definitely compare the 2 situations. They're pretty similar. And it seems like this entire team, you know, rallied around their head coach and came out on the winning side of this game against a bad team. I don't know, dude. I mean, it just seems like I don't see Jets players really rallying around Saleh.
But once again, I mean, I don't even think Jones is any good, but Zach is that bad. If we had Daniel
you
Jones,
can't tell me. No, that's ridiculous.
What is ridiculous?
I mean, again, comparing these 2 teams, I mean, I think that pound for pound, the Jets are a way better team. They have way more talent defensively, offensively, other than the quarterback position. Everywhere else, they're better, like far superior. Receivers, defense.
Right, but if you don't have a quarterback, you're nothing.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, what was the last time a team did something without a quarterback, Tony? That you've been watching football?
What do you mean, like without a quarterback? Like
we don't have a quarterback.
I've seen bad quarterbacks go to Super Bowls. I mean, look at Eli Manning's Super Bowl runs.
Eli Manning didn't play at a higher level than Zach.
You could say he did, but I mean, you can't knock the fact that regular season he was absolute trash.
But
I mean, look at the Broncos. The year that Eli Manning, Peyton Manning went to the Super Bowl, he was out for most of the freaking season. You know, backup quarterback take them there because they had a good team. They had a good coach.
Once again, Brock Osweiler. Better than Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I know. Again, when you compare him to really anyone, yeah, it's stat-wise, he's going to be better.
What does that tell you?
Because I'm telling you right now, a good coach is going to make that team rise up and win, bro.
Look at Belichick. Look at what he's done without Tom Brady, and then tell me that quarterback doesn't matter.
The whole team sucks, dude. I'm telling you, the Jets have a phenomenal team besides their quarterback right now. Like you can't tell me that the Jets have a better defense.
But it has nothing to do with
it. It does.
Zach is terrible. No, it doesn't, because Zach is terrible and is holding them back.
Doesn't matter. This isn't.
How does that not matter? If the quarterback's terrible, that doesn't matter. That doesn't make any sense.
No, because I'm telling you, the team is good. It's not like they're a bad team. They just have a inefficient quarterback.
But that's a big.
It is big. But if you're a good coach, you can come up with a game plan around your quarterback. You have a great defense.
Not that bad.
You have a great. That's and then he's a bad coach. He's a bad coach. He's not coaching correctly.
So no, but you really think that if Bill Belichick was coaching the Jets right now, Zach would be throwing for 300 yards every game, Tony?
No. When did I say that?
So then why does the
coach matter? Bill Belichick.
The quarterback sucks. The quarterback sucks. That's the point.
But I'm saying if the coach knows how to use that quarterback, use his players, it seems like that Hackett doesn't know how to use Wilson. And I'm saying, like I was before, it seems like he doesn't because he probably didn't get a lot of reps with Wilson. And they have to come up with a game plan that is tuned to his game. It's not Aaron Rodgers.
Well,
if you bring in Carson Wentz, if you bring in Justin Fields, it's going to be different. What?
His game is holding a clipboard on the sideline. That's tuning the offense to his game. He can't play.
Hackett, you're talking about?
No, I'm talking.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about Zach Wilson. You said adjusting the game plan to his game, and it's like we need him sitting is what we need. Who's Lonnie wants you to watch your mouth,
dude.
Dude.
Sure, dude.
Ooh.
What do you got?
Who's
your boy?
Is this your boy? Do we know who this is?
I do not.
Breon Rice. Sadly, need to
Rice?
transfer my tickets to someone else. Anyone interested to message me? Thanks.
Season Jets tickets?
Yeah, they didn't even say like what game it's for.
Yeah, I mean, let's go. I mean, I think we're in for that.
Is it for the Jets game?
Jets Pats, we're all going.
Anyone.
It might be for the cigarette football game. Next weekend,
yes. Get rid of
transfer
those.
my tickets.
Yeah, please get rid of those.
Sayonara, Tony.
Try to transfer the cigarette ones, maybe with the hockey team.
My mother says season just started. Take it easy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just saying.
God.
You should take it easy.
Unfortunately, Zach's career didn't just start.
Barnes, they would custom the plays to the quarterback's abilities.
No, you know what?
Come on, dude. You gotta admit, though. Yo, look at the fucking game from this weekend. You can't tell me that was poor coaching.
No, I'm giving you. You got some time here. You and your mother. Homework assignment. I want you to draw up a game plan this week for Zach Wilson.
I just told you.
I want a specific, run-oriented game plan against the Patriots that's going to result in a victory. Please draw that up for me.
All right, fine. I will. I'll email it to Hackett along with my picture, finger in his face, dude.
And then Josh B says Trevor Siemian is better than Zach, which is true.
Good take.
Which is true.
Really
good
give
me
take.
Trevor.
Good take.
Trevor, baby.
Yes.
Let's go.
Trevor
100%.
Siemian. Yeah, I love Trevor Siemian.
Josh, what up, baby?
But come on, you have to admit, though, right? Coming into the season, Hackett. Like, I mean, the guy was really doubted as offensive coordinator.
But this is like
the only reason why they were excited that he was in was because of Aaron Rodgers and their buddy.
There's just certain things like it's like, okay, yes, great coaching, great game plan.
Yeah.
They can help a player.
Correct.
But if that player is terrible,
right.
Even
really a great player, though, with poor coaching, you need.
But you're still going to be better. You're still going to be good.
Arguably.
But as you said, Tony, like, yes, they don't have. They are a very good team without a quarterback. So don't you think that they should get a quarterback?
What is the downside of that?
No. My point is that it's the coaching that's an issue. You can't just put all this on Zach Wilson, dude. I'm telling you right now, it is the issue with the coaching staff.
Players play the game, though.
That's
At the
true.
End of the day, you
but the coaches tell them what to do.
You should.
True.
Like, what do you mean, dude? Like, because if I were to coach, I don't know, the Kansas City Chiefs right now, do you think I'd be winning games? Probably not.
Actually, probably yes.
Probably not, dude.
Mahomes
No, that's ridiculous.
knows how to play,
that's stupid.
Play quarterback. And the Jets could have drafted him, but they didn't want to draft him. They didn't want to draft Deshaun Watson, but they wanted to draft Sam Darnold and Zach Wilson. Okay.
I don't know about Deshaun Watson, dude.
He's better.
Well, he's better at what, though?
Good.
Well, I mean, I guess we'll see tonight. Right? You know what I'm saying. The drafting of quarterbacks, you want to talk about like coaches have. How about the freaking general managers who are picking these quarterbacks? Every single time, it's like the worst thing you could imagine.
Or how about even a trade like the Lions made a couple years ago, even getting like a guy like Goff. Like, but turned into a star.
But I see Wentz and Goff. Like Wentz coming into the situation.
I mean, I do think Wentz's bottom level is way lower than what Goff could be, but I still think Wentz can get the ball in your best playmaker's hands consistently.
All you need.
That's all you need.
It's disheartening.
And that's all you need right now. Like, that's all your team. You just get the ball in Garrett Wilson's hands in space. Please, like, that's all you need.
And I know it's gonna happen. They're gonna bring in somebody, but we're gonna be 1-5, and it's gonna be too late.
No,
I
agree with you.
It's
not gonna be too late, dude.
What's Josh B say?
Josh B said, I take Phillip Rivers right now, Big Ben, Tom Brady, Drew Brees right now over Zach.
100%. All of those guys would do a better job.
Would you take Big Ben over?
Yes.
Zach Wilson?
Yes.
I wouldn't take Big Ben. I think he's gonna wash, dude. He
Rivers
must have gained probably 30 pounds since he left, too, dude. There's no way.
Yeah.
Your mother actually wants to talk about the Giants, though. So we
yeah.
were gonna get into that. So yeah, I mean, they did obviously embarrass themselves first half. You're down 20-0. They make the comeback. Do a pretty good job defensively in the second half, limiting Arizona to only 8 points, and get that game-winning field goal. You look at the numbers here for Jones: 321, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 26-37. They finally got Darren Waller involved, who was basically invisible last week, 6 for 76 yards. You had Jalen Hyatt with that huge 58-yard reception to start out the second half. So that's resilience, and that's a great team win.
Coach.
The only thing that's unfortunate, you have Saquon Barkley.
I said it.
Sprain his ankle.
Oh, Brian called this one
short
too,
week, and you would think he's not gonna play this coming week. So it puts a damper on things. for the Giants. But obviously, they're happy that they were able to get this win, and they just got to hope that, Saquon can just miss one game and then be ready to go. But I think,
I don't know, man.
at the Niners on Thursday, that's going to talk about a bloodbath.
That is tough, dude. It's over. It's over, dude.
Shit show.
Dave Rothenberg is going to be on suicide watch.
Yeah.
Davey Crockett.
And we talk about tough schedules. The Giants after the Niners, home to Seahawks, at Dolphins, at Bills. So a lot of these teams, these tough schedules out of the gate, and it's just all about how can you rebound, at the end of the day.
I love
just like the Jets rebounding this week.
We got a couple more counts.
We're gonna be there. We're gonna be there for the game, dude.
Yeah,
that's kind of
maybe
sick.
We might have tickets according to Breon Rex, right?
Yeah, who is that?
I don't know.
Breon.
Prefer.
Sounds a lot like Leon. I don't know, man.
Prefer.
What
else we got?
Prefers in the house.
You are talking seasoned quarterbacks. No comparison.
Well, no, we're talking about a quarterback that doesn't belong in the league, and we're talking about Daniel Jones, who's maybe the 20th best quarterback, but for us, he looks like an MVP.
Yeah, but the problem with Daniel Jones is the money they're paying.
Oh yeah, that's gonna kill.
That's what changes the situation between him and Zach Wilson.
What does Lonnie say? Let's see what Lonnie says. What is Lonnie talking about?
I don't know who he's talking about.
Who wasn't invisible last week?
Who wasn't invisible?
Is that a typo?
Maybe we were talking about someone.
I mean, I'm sure
he'll elaborate. What does Josh B say?
Retired seasoned quarterbacks, though. I will say, though, I wouldn't want any of these guys if I was a Jets fan.
I do think, though, Brady would be able to get it done. He would be able to.
I don't know.
There's a reason he's the best quarterback ever.
That's the first time I've ever heard you say that.
You win 7 Super Bowl titles, Tony. I mean, what do you want me to say? He deserves the credit, not Belichick.
Yeah, but you're saying he was washed.
Anthony is coming home this weekend, Lonnie.
No, I can't.
Tailgate
Sunday.
Tickets to the game.
And then Friday, I got Andy's wedding. This weekend too. So it's a jam-packed weekend. Another one. Another jam-packed weekend.
Another one.
Oh, you know what I wanted to? I know we've kind of been all over the place here, but
I know.
I wanted to update everybody.
No
we did have the
show
picks
anymore.
between us and the company.
The company. Let's go,
yeah,
dude.
so both went 1-1. It actually comes down to Monday Night Football for this week.
Yes.
So we have the
Saints
-3.
Let's go.
Have Renee's Steelers at +2.5.
That's
that's going to be interesting. So I think for this one, we're going to just do straight records for the season. So we're both 1-1. We'll see what happens. You mentioned you struggling with the picks for
horrific
NFL
picks,
and MLB. So right now it's 48-42. And you look at what you had last week, Bengals lost, Packers covered, but then the Texans lost.
Bengals, bro. Are you kidding me?
And then, I lost with the Jets, won with the Dolphins and the Chiefs. But yeah, the Bengals, very surprising. I thought they were going to make a comeback in the second half, and especially because we talked about how we don't feel the Ravens are that good.
They're not.
But yet they sit at 2-0, and the Bengals are 0-2. I think they're going to figure things out, but do you think it's just a case, guys, of Burrow missing the preseason and not being in training camp, getting some continuity with the offensive line and his skill position?
Yes. I really don't care how good of a quarterback you are. I mean, if you're missing your preseason, preseason helps a lot to get you in shape, to get you guys on the right tempo, especially at the quarterback position. I mean, again, we're seeing it, with Wilson and Rodgers. Rodgers had a very specific tempo and a very specific way he ran the offense. Burrows, I'm sure, has the same deal. So an adjustment for the entire team, let alone, himself, as an individual player. So give him some time, I suppose. But this is it. That's 2 games. You better be fucking firing next week.
Yeah. And the first half wasn't great, kind of turned it up in the second half. You end up with 27 of 41, 222. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, but really didn't get Chase involved. Only 5 receptions for only 31 yards. So you'd expect him to get the vertical passing game going more. Higgins, had 8 for 89 and 2 touchdowns. So, and on the other side of things here, Lamar actually had a pretty good game. We talked about him struggling, not being the same guy. ran for 54 yards on the ground, had 2 passing touchdowns, one to Nelson Aguilar and one to Mark Andrews. And then we had Odell Beckham Jr. I don't know the update, but he did injure his ankle.
ODB.
But the Ravens do sit here 2-0. And I was just going to take a quick look at what we have upcoming for Cincinnati. Obviously, needing to win as many games as possible. So home versus the Rams on Monday Night Football this week. Interesting matchup, and we'll talk about the Rams, but they look pretty good.
Yeah.
Then you're at the Titans, who won this past week. You're at the Cardinals. You're home to the Seahawks, and you're at the 49ers and home to the Bills. Again, not a cupcake schedule out of the gate. And really, other than the Cardinals, the other games are going to be tough. Those are competitive football teams.
Yeah, that is actually really tough schedule.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Another, good game from yesterday.
Oh yeah,
we talked about the total in this one, which we gave you for free on Friday. Packers and Falcons. The Falcons winning 25-24. The game-winning field goal there by Koo. Jordan Love, though, second straight game with 3 passing touchdowns. Only had 151 yards through the air. You had Aaron Jones out for this one. A.J. Dillon, 55 yards on 15 attempts.
Looks good, man.
Jordan Love?
Yeah,
he does.
Yeah.
He does. He the mobility. He had 23 yards on the ground as well.
They had some guys out, right? The Packers.
Well, Aaron Jones is a big guy out for sure. Plus, Christian Watson didn't play week 1, was also out yesterday.
The mobility, dude. Some say Jordan Love is next. Michael Vick.
Some are saying that.
No, that's Zach Wilson.
Oh, that is Zach Wilson. Just way more.
I think we should just start saying that about any mobile quarterback.
And you look at the Falcons. We talked about questioning them, the passing game. Ritter had a better game in this one, 237, a touchdown and interception. But the whole key, the running game here, 211 yards on the ground. You had 124 from Bijan Robinson, 48 from Tyler Algier. So this Falcons team, I think is going to be better than expected. And in a wide open NFC South, I think they have an opportunity. But I think on the flip side, so do the Packers. I know they lost this game.
Yeah.
But I think both are young, promising football teams.
I mean, the Packers, like wide receiving core of the young guys, I do like Romeo Doubs. And then you got a guy like Christian Watson.
Watson, I think, is going to be a star.
Like they have some guys, but same thing you can say about the Falcons too. Like you think about their pieces, like Bijan's going to be insane. Ritter, is he good? We'll see this year.
Yeah.
And then Drake London, I think is I think he's gonna be really good there. Young
Kyle Pitts as well, but they just got to get the ball.
They don't give the ball to Kyle Pitts. Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. It
makes no sense.
We had an interesting game yesterday between the Niners and the Rams. We talked about the Rams being better than expected. They fall 30-23, but Matthew Stafford, another strong game, 307 through the air. Did have 2 picks, but did throw a touchdown pass. And how about Puka Nacua setting the record for receptions for the first 2 games to start his career? He had 15 catches yesterday for 147 yards.
Pretty sick.
The Rams are looking a lot better than anticipated.
I feel like we should have seen this, though. I don't know why everyone was like, oh, they're going to be shit. I mean, I understood they were shit last year, but that's without Matt Stafford. Like, that is a huge difference maker. Matt Stafford being your quarterback, Matt Stafford not being your quarterback is massive. Aaron Donald was out half the year last year. Like, they still have Sean McVay. Cooper Kupp still hasn't played a snap for them this year. Like, so, and they went toe-to-toe with, in my opinion, the best team in the NFL, offensively at least, the 49ers yesterday. So I think they're going to be a good team. I think that division's good. There's a lot of good divisions around the NFL. So I think it's going to be a real fun year.
Really competitive.
And we talk about flip-flopping and writing guys off. I mean, Stafford, he wins the Super Bowl, and then he gets injured the following season, and then we say he's done. Yeah. That's what the mindset was.
I forgot he was coming back. No one was talking about it at all.
No, Rams.
Well, it was the elbow, right?
I believe so.
Stafford had the elbow injuries. Yeah. People were like, "Oh, the throwing, it can't be done."
But I mean,
anymore.
You look at the course of his career. I mean, he's brought it from day one. He was on a lot of bad Lions teams with bad coaching. Tony,
with bad coaching, and still didn't win anything.
But he produced.
But they lost though.
But he could show that he could play. And then what happens when he got the good coaching? Won a Super Bowl.
Right. So a mixture of good coaching and a good
but he
player.
Showed he could play early on. Look at his numbers. Every time he's been healthy.
You look at his numbers, dude.
You know. You know what I'm saying. But anyway, The Niners, like we said, I mean, they look impressive. And you look at Purdy, he was 17 out of 25, missed a couple throws, but it was still good enough. 206 yards, no touchdowns or interceptions, sacked only one time. Christian McCaffrey, talk about a great addition, going back to last season's trade deadline. 20 carries, 116 yards and a score.
So
also
good.
caught 3 passes out of the backfield. And then you have Deebo Samuel, Juwan Jennings, Brandon Ayuk, and George Kittle to go with a top-notch defense and a great play caller in Kyle Shanahan. So Niners are a force, and they look like the early favorites to make it out of the Super Bowl in the NFC.
Yeah. But what Purdy shows you, I feel like, is like what a guy the Jets need. Like, I feel like Purdy, nothing special.
Right.
Just gets McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk the ball and
does the simple things well.
That's all they need. Like, they need.
Yep.
That's what
Shanahan's a great coach who really uses 100%.
Well. Yeah. Well, true. Shanahan is the best offensive.
No, honestly, I think the Niners would be even better if they had Zach Wilson because that coaching, Zach's talents, I think they would put him in position.
A little bit
of probably just as good. Probably.
Did you guys see in this one though? There was like 3 seconds left. The Rams were down 10 and kicked a field goal as time expired.
I did.
The spread was at 7.
Is
there going to be an investigation into this? Because I think that's a little sketchy. No?
I mean, honestly, when you really think about it, like, I mean, if they were trying to win, like field goal made it what, 23-30?
Yeah.
So like, I guess if they try to onside, take a shot, I mean, that would be the strategy there, right? Get the field goal now.
There was only 4 seconds left, so I guess their justification, Tony, could be, oh, we thought there'd be 1 second left on the clock. But I think it's funny business. That's all I'm saying. I don't know
what was the spread. The spread was
7.
7.5 or just 7?
It started at 7.5, closed at 7.
So if you pushed,
right, but I mean, think about McVay helping out his buddies. I'm just saying, I don't know. I
think there is something there because it's very suspicious.
That would be cool.
You never see that. I've never seen that.
And it was like 2nd and 10 too. Like it wasn't even like
5 seconds were left on the clock. Fine, but as time's expiring, never.
Yeah, no, never. Like why? Why do that?
That was a little suspicious.
Suspicious to say.
We'll see if anything comes out of that scenario.
But I'm coming for blood.
Speaking of a crazy scenario and a crazy game, did you guys catch any of the Washington-Denver game yesterday?
Yes, dude. I caught the last play actually.
You have Denver, that huge lead early. I think it was 21-3. The Commanders come roaring back in the second half with 3 touchdowns. But then Russell Wilson, a Hail Mary at the end of the game, which was caught by Brandon Johnson. They go for the 2-point conversion. They don't call pass interference, was pretty clear and evident. Another scenario, like, I mean, what's going on there, no?
Ref stoling Sean Payton?
Or Russell Wilson, right?
Yeah, probably one of the two.
But did you guys see the play?
Yeah, I did.
No, I didn't see the pass interference. Want to bring it up?
I mean,
I thought it was clear pass interference too.
Let's bring it up.
Yeah, let's go. I think this is going to be the first time Riley's going to.
And just some numbers here. Wilson, I mean, if you look at it, solid game here. 18-32, 308, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, but sacked 7 times. Ran for 56 on the ground. And Marvin Mims, the second-year wide receiver out of Oklahoma, 2 receptions for 113 yards. Also had a 45-yard punt return, so he was paying dividends early. Jared Judy's first game back from injury, 25 yards. Looks like we got this up here.
Yeah.
Some dude talking over it.
We can just mute it if you want. We just play it and mute it.
We don't need that.
Pause it real quick. Let me show you how to share this guy right down here. Little present, little share screen action. Choose a tab right here. Bang. And then you go back to it. Then you got to full screen it. Then you go back to the StreamYard. Then you got to bring it into the StreamYard.
Ooh.
I know, dude. It's a lot of steps. And then from here, we can work with it. So we got it here. Brian, you seen this?
Yep. Let's go.
So this is the Hail Mary.
The Hail Mary.
Right and then it'll go to the two-point try after. Okay, so let's see the Hail Mary here. 3 seconds left. Ball at the 50-yard line.
There we go. There's the
defender in his face.
Oh,
it's a laggy video.
Oh no, this fucking asshole is talking over a freeze frame. Is it despite successful Hail Mary? Yeah, let's just go to the full highlights. Go to the last play.
Let's go to the full.
Let's just watch the whole 15-minute highlights.
Yeah, let's do that.
Here it is. Right
this is the Hail Mary.
Hail Mary.
Boom, dude.
Russ cooking.
Absolute moonballs right, dude. Yep, tip drill. little bit of luck, you could say, but that's fine.
It was crazy though.
It was
Watching it
fucking
live. That was
so
insane.
crazy.
How
dude.
high that ball went? That was
Going
nuts.
for two. It was like Aaron Rodgers
We're
throw,
going
to
for
be honest.
two.
Yeah.
We're going for two. But how the bad job by Washington there? I mean, how do you
Yo,
not
you have
just smack
5
that thing
bodies down there. The idiots, fools.
to let Johnson in position to catch that was
I know.
ridiculous.
And then
So they line up for 2 here, and if you go, there was a receiver wide open. I don't know if it was Jerry Jeudy.
I think it was.
Yeah.
Should be on the right hand side.
Look, Jeudy coming across.
Oh, there.
That easy, and then he,
But that's
but-
clear PI.
clear PI. I don't know if they'll do a slow replay on
should,
this
hopefully.
one.
They better, dude.
But the coverage, I mean, you could see really, was right up on him. I can't believe no flagging. All right, let's see.
Here it
Let's
is.
see.
Coming across the field.
There's the wrap
You
around.
held him. You held him
that's
before the
nuts.
ball was there.
That's nuts.
So that's a tough one for Denver.
Remember
as
when
they
you
fall to
could
0-2.
challenge like that one
Yeah,
year, the
yeah.
NFL that you could challenge PI,
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
and then they got rid of it.
But how about just like make better calls?
Yeah.
Now Commanders go to 2-0 here. How 27-39, 299, 2 touchdowns and an interception. Brian Robinson, coming back from that gunshot wound last year, 18 carries, 87 yards, and 2 scores. McLaurin 5 for 54 and a touchdown. We know about their defense. Maybe didn't star in this game, especially late. But is this Washington team any good or no?
No.
No, dude. They I mean, albeit, I guess they did play pretty well against the Broncos. I mean, that Hail Mary was kind of crazy and everything like that. That was not gonna happen normally, dude. But I don't know. I mean, again, I think they have a great fan base and a great culture over there in Washington, and I feel like that's what's kind of really pushing them to succeed and play well. Other than that, I think pound for pound, comparing them to other teams,
You think still last place finish in the NFC East or no?
I mean, it could be the Giants. Dude.
Could be the
Yeah.
Giants.
What the fudge, dude?
They'll kind of be neck and neck with them. So interesting story. Ron Rivera too did pick up his 100th victory in that one. We also had an exciting game, and we've seen this matchup over the last couple of years be very high scoring. A combined 68 points yesterday. The Seahawks edging out the Lions here in overtime. 37-31. Geno Smith, 328 through the air, 2 touchdowns. And you had Tyler Lockett, 8 for 59 and 2 touchdowns, catching the game winner. Kenneth Walker on the ground kind of got bottled up, only 43 yards and 17 carries. We talked about Goff having success. Another great game out of him. 28-35, 3 touchdowns and interception. That interception, his first since week 9 last year, was nearing the record that Aaron Rodgers had for pass attempts without an interception. He found Josh Reynolds twice for a touchdown, who had 5 receptions for 66 yards. Running game was pretty solid in this one, 102 on the ground, but David Montgomery did leave the game with an ankle injury, so you'd expect Jahmyr Gibbs to be featured more with that. He only had 17 yards on 7 carries. So the Lions go to 1-1. The Seahawks go to 1-1. And who's to say that, down the road, I could see this being like an NFC wildcard game matchup.
Yes. I can see
and
that.
I hope we see it.
Yeah, it did. It was a very entertaining game. And yeah. And I think the Lions are gonna be good. I think Seattle's gonna be good. So yeah, I didn't even think about that. But yeah, hopefully we would see something like this in the postseason.
And kind of 2 similar teams, younger teams, both led by quarterbacks who were given up on by the original team that drafted them.
True. That is Geno Smith.
Love Geno Smith. Dude.
So
I wrote back.
Who do you guys think between those 2 is better though, Seattle or Detroit?
Seattle.
I think Detroit.
I was going to say Detroit too. Close though. I think, like I said, close, and that's why the game was close and went into overtime.
I like Pete Carroll though. I think on the stretch of the season,
Carroll
can
does have
outcoach.
a strong track record. That's for sure. Dan Campbell, hasn't even coached
Goat.
a playoff game yet,
dude. By the way, though, got Lonnie sent me his breakfast this morning.
What do we got?
You wanna show him what they got, dude? Yeah,
it looks pretty good.
Camera 3, yeah, dude. So we're looking at. I know maybe a little overexposed here.
Biscuit?
No, we're looking banana pancake, dude.
Oh, banana
pancake.
pancake.
May not be doing it
there
justice.
We go.
Banana pancake, a fried egg.
Nice.
And 4.
Wow.
I know these sausages when I see them. Brown and serve sauce, breakfast sausages,
Nice.
so good, dude. Healthy amount of pepper on the egg. Love that. But obviously
That
the
does
banana.
look good.
I'm allergic to bananas, Riley.
Oh,
so
really?
I can't do the banana. And you know me, I prefer the buttermilk, Brian.
Yep, absolutely.
You have banana pancakes?
Oh yeah, banana pancakes are good. Definitely. Banana chocolate chip, really good too.
Mhm.
Chocolate chip I like.
but not with bananas.
I'm allergic to bananas.
Oh, I don't know why I forgot that. Okay,
I can't do it.
But yeah, no, definitely you can't beat good pancakes. That's the.
I haven't had one in a while too.
Yeah,
pancakes.
Yeah, I don't usually have them anymore, but they are good. Damn. But
yeah,
strict week, Tony.
Strict week. Yep.
Cut them out.
Yep.
Cut them
Can't
out.
do it.
Basketball game 1-on-1.
Yes, dude.
How about the Bucks? I mean, I know that was the Bears.
Baker, dude.
27-17, 2-0 now. Baker, 26-34, 317, 1 touchdown, and
like
no
him on the
interceptions.
Jets. I take him on the Jets.
Mike Evans, 6 for 171 and a touchdown. What do we think about the Bucks here? We talked about their division being wide open. Are they any good, or do you think it's a product of the schedule? What do you guys think here?
I mean, you can't not mention the schedule so far, right? But I will say though, I mean, a lot of these teams, Baker Mayfield, new spot, kind of still trying to, I guess, reform his career.
Todd Bowles at coach too. This is where the coaching maybe is potentially hurting, but yet the results are there, which is interesting.
Mike
Evans will help. Obviously.
Yeah, Mike Evans had a huge game.
Godwin.
I think he had 150 yards,
171 yards,
171 yards of receiving, dude. Obviously that's going to play a big role. And again, you're playing, first couple of weeks, teams that maybe aren't necessarily competitive, but I mean, good teams win those games, and that's what they're doing right now. So you got to give it to them. I mean, it looks like they're going to have some momentum. Who are they playing week 3?
Let's look it up.
But whoever they're playing, I mean, they have momentum on their side. They're probably gelling as a team. There's probably good culture in that locker room right now. And again, Baker is certainly seemingly.
Test.
The
There's
Eagles.
Your test.
That's a good
at
test,
home.
though.
They're at home.
And that's like they're at home too.
Yeah.
That's a pretty feasible test. Like they could win that game.
If you win that game, and that's a Monday Night Football game. Another doubleheader next week on Monday Night Football.
Really?
I like this new schedule.
Yeah, finally, the NFL does do it well with the schedule, I suppose. But yeah, dude, I mean, I think that's a perfect matchup for the team right now. I think Tampa Bay is gelling, dude. They could be a good team. And I think next Monday we're going to find out.
And we talk about these schedules after the Eagles, Saints, Lions, Falcons, Bills. So again, you'll see a test there. But the Bucks doing good things at 2-0. We saw Buffalo rebound, blowing out the Raiders yesterday, 38-10. We talked about body clock. Josh Allen, really a flawless game, 31-37, 3 scores.
We knew the bounce back.
James Cook, Dalvin's brother, 123 yards on the ground.
How many carries?
17. So 7.2 yards per carry. You see the talent there. And then Gabe Davis, 6 for 92, led the Bills in receiving. Diggs also had 7 for 66, and they incorporated rookie tight end Dalton Kincaid into the offense. 5 receptions, 43 yards. The Raiders struggled. Jimmy G with the 2 picks. We saw Devontae Adams getting tested for a concussion at the end of the game.
Yes, tough.
What do you guys make of this one? Are the Bills back? Do we need to see a tougher test? And are the Raiders what we thought they were?
Listen, I think the Bills have a great team through and through. We know about the talent now with Cook and everything. I still think Josh Allen, I think, is still a little bit of a question mark. I mean, you want consistency out of him. I think it's another, instance of great team. Quarterback is a little bit lagging behind, I think. But they're still winning games. And, their defense is doing a great job too. Who's that? Brousseau, right? Is that guy on the Bills?
On defense?
Yeah.
Brousseau. Matt Milano?
No. Milano.
No, not Matt Milano.
Pointer.
Brousseau Bills.
Teron Johnson, Matt Milano, Mika Hyde.
Greg, is it? Oh no.
Oh, there is Greg Rousseau.
Greg
yes,
Rousseau,
had 3 tackles yesterday.
Yeah, defensive end, dude. Yes, Rousseau.
Yeah.
He's great on defense, dude. He's firing off the line of scrimmage here. And I think that's great defense for Buffalo. I think their offense is gelling too. I mean, I think Josh Allen, again, consistency here. The Bills are back, dude.
Right. And we'll see them at Commanders 1 o'clock next week. Yeah. So interesting, though. You would think the Bills will win, but the way the Commanders have said, they could, give them a tough test. So that'll be interesting. Then also Dolphins, Jags, Giants. Speaking of the Jags, they lose at home yesterday to Kansas City. Weird game, 17-9. So both teams 1-1 now. Mahomes 29-41. No scoregami. 305, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Found Sky Moore for a score there, who had 3 receptions for 70 yards. Pacheco 70 on the ground. Trevor Lawrence and company struggled in the second half, only 3 points scored. ETN bottled up 40 yards on the ground, but Christian Kirk had a nice game, 11 receptions for 110 yards. We saw this matchup last year in the divisional round of the playoffs. Who's to say we won't see it again?
Yeah.
But I just think moving forward, we should see more offense out of both teams.
Yeah, I thought this was a statement game for the Jags that they need to come prove something.
Right.
And I think Trevor Lawrence is really good. I think they have pieces on offense to be really good. But man, what a boring first half to that game. I thought that game was gonna be really interesting, shootout. But I think some of it goes back to I don't think the Chiefs are that good to begin with this year. Having Travis Kelce back was huge. Obviously, they looked better, but I felt like it was a big game for the Jags to come out and prove that, hey, we're kind of here. Yeah, you beat us in the playoffs last year. Now we're going to take another step and beat you on our home field week 2 and keep trying to climb up a little bit. So I was a little disappointed with how they came out, but I still think they're going to be a good football team.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if Kansas City maybe adds a wide receiver before the trade deadline or not. And then we saw the Titans pick up their first win over the Chargers, who fall to 0-2. Another tough start for the Chargers here, 27-24. Ryan Tannehill, 246 through the air, 20 of 24 completions. Derrick Henry had 80 on the ground for a touchdown. Tannehill also ran one in. Justin Herbert, hard to blame this game on him, 27-41, 305, 2 touchdowns. Keenan Allen, 8 catches, 111 yards, and 2 scores. And it feels like we're having the same conversation every year. And I know, Austin Eckler was out for this one. But, the personnel looks great. The numbers look great. But at the end of the day, wins, losses, Brandon Staley, you would think his seat is getting pretty hot over there.
It is. It is.
The coach.
Yeah.
Oh. And like you just said.
Yeah. Imagine if the Jets had Justin Herbert, Tony. I think they would have an undefeated season.
Probably because, they have their entire team is just a tremendous body of work.
What were you saying?
I mean, it just seems like the Chargers are just dying to try to lose games. Just finding ways to lose, even with a great quarterback.
Yeah, but it must be fun to be able to score, though, honestly.
And lose. Yeah.
Just lose. Score.
Lose.
What were you saying, Riley?
I was just going to say, just like you just said, it's never on Herbert. I feel like he does his job every single
week. But this is an example of it not being on the quarterback. The Jets situation is completely different.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but I mean, in this situation, I just feel like his defense lets him down every week. He's a stud every week. I think he's so good. I think Justin Herbert is so good.
He is. And I think he set a bunch of records, for touchdown passes for the first couple of seasons of a career. So they have an opportunity though. Next 2 games, Vikings and Raiders. Those are games you would think they'd be able to win. But of course, time will tell there. And really, the only other game that we didn't touch on here, I guess we did briefly, but Gardner Minshew coming off the bench to lead the Colts, 31-20 over the Texans. Minshew, 19 of 23, 171, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Michael Pittman led the way, receiving 8 receptions, 56 yards. We'll see what the concussion tests say on Richardson, but he was having a strong start to this game, 6 of 10, 56, and had 2 rushing touchdowns.
Looks good.
But it's interesting, this Colts team without Jonathan Taylor seemed like, at least anyway, offensively, we know the struggles they had last year, starting the year with Matt Ryan. Seems like they might be a lot more competitive this season.
Yeah, and I think it's better as a Colts fan. I mean, last year you basically had the same team, but then you're looking at Matt Ryan play quarterback. Now it's like you inject some life into the fan base. Anthony Richardson, which is very sad that he played well last week, played well this week. I actually hope Jonathan Taylor comes back and plays with him. If I was Jonathan Taylor, I would want this guy. I feel like is the perfect guy I want to play with. Why change a situation where it looks like he could be a guy there for the next couple of years and they could do something. Who knows? Maybe I'm going out, but I think it could be good. So we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So we mentioned tonight we got the doubleheader on the ESPN family of networks. First game, you got the Saints at the Panthers. The Saints 3-point favorites here coming off that win in week 1. Panthers dropped their opener. They're 0-1 after losing to the Falcons 24-10. Saints, beat the Titans 16-15. Bryce Young making his second career start at home, but obviously a tough defense on New Orleans. And I look at this game, and I know it was a tight game in game one for the Saints, but I'm kind of feeling a blowout here. A rookie quarterback, veteran defense. I don't know. Any thoughts here about what we're going to see
Saints -3.
Yeah, and we have that, for our
Absolutely,
picks against
dude.
the company. But you guys think this is going to be a competitive one or no?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I just feel like the Saints. I mean, I understand, like, you look at these two teams, maybe the teams are better, but I just feel like, sometimes, Carr, dude.
Yeah, but I think Carr over Bryce Young right now.
Yeah, but still, Carr could have a horrific game, though.
But
I feel rather unlikely, but there's still that chance that he does. And if he's not doing well, I don't think the Saints are going to win, but I think he will do well. I'm just saying there's a chance, but I think that it's going to be. I would say it's competitive at the least. We're talking at least within one touchdown.
Okay, we just give us a score just to give us some context.
27-20.
27-20. What do you think, Riley?
32-27.
32-27.
Panthers.
I'm gonna. Wow, that's interesting. What's the thought there?
I like Bryce Young.
Okay,
and I think he's gonna play good. I think Miles Sanders is gonna have a big night tonight. I think Miles Sanders is gonna go for a touchdown. And kind of like what Tony said, I don't think Derek Carr is that good. And he does have pieces, though. I will say that. Like, Olave is a good wide receiver. Michael Thomas, whatever. I don't know what he is anymore.
He did have a good game last week.
He did play well week one.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much saying this because I want it to be a close game. Like, I hope this is a good football game tonight. That's my biggest thing. Also, little teaser pick here. Jonathan Mingo, rookie wide receiver for the Panthers, gets a touchdown. Ole Miss guy.
Ole Miss. Okay, that's what it was.
Just a little
touchdown, a little prop bet.
Yeah, just a little split, little sprinkle.
And the total set at 39.5. So you guys are both saying it goes over.
Yeah, buddy.
I'm gonna say it goes.
Yeah. What do you say, Michael?
Under 21.
Jets Super Bowl, baby. 10 in a row. Let's go.
Zach attack. Quack quack. I'm saying 21-10.
Bet
Saints.
the mortgage.
Bet the mortgage.
So
Zach plus 300 yards.
Under 39.5. Saints easily cover. And I think Derek Carr 3 touchdowns.
This is a financial
all to
advice.
Michael Thomas.
Yeah.
All the Michael Thomas.
All of Michael Thomas.
I love
He's back.
that.
He's back.
I love that.
Great threat in the red zone there.
Legends.
Game 2. We talked about Deshaun Watson before. We saw how bad Pittsburgh looked in their opener against San Francisco. They're hosting the Browns in this one. So this, always typically, is a competitive AFC North matchup.
Yeah.
We remember, Myles Garrett, Mason Rudolph from a couple years ago.
Throw your helmet.
Cleveland 2-point favorites here. We said Pittsburgh looked atrocious. A lot of hype on the Browns coming into the year. What are we thinking on this one?
Cleveland
under.
What's the over-under at?
The total is set at 38. So 2 games on Monday night with those totals. I mean, what is this? 1975?
Look at these 2 teams,
right?
though. Look at these 2 teams. Like, Myles Garrett, then you got TJ Watt on the other side of the ball. Like, this is going to be a defense. They might not get past the red zone for each team. They might just go 20-20 the whole game.
What do you say, Riley?
I like a little, 14-10 win for the Browns.
14-10.
Yeah, I would say 21-10 Browns. Maybe an extra touchdown and some
one of these things where, for me, everything points to the Browns, so that's why I'm going to go with the Steelers.
Okay.
And I'm going to say 13-10 in a game where there's combined only 200 yards passing, but there's 350 yards rushing. So I think the running backs, Nick Chubb,
I love Nick Chubb.
Najee Harris are going to take take this game.
Gives Michael a Chubb.
Just like Zach Attack, quack, 41.
Maybe Kenny Pickett
baby.
gets George Pickens the ball tonight. Maybe we'll see. I think George Pickens is good. Doesn't touch the ball once for them, so maybe that changes. We'll see.
Is Pickett any good though?
Well, no.
But judging by the Zach Wilson barometer, he's
if you had Kenny Pickett, yes, 100%.
Pickett, Pittsburgh, baby,
100%.
One more comment here. What do we got?
Let's see.
Oh, Steelers getting points at home.
Steelers getting points at home.
Yeah.
Which is scary because I feel like the Steelers win at home.
Usually, but obviously got shellacked last week.
And to bet them 2 weeks in a row to lose at home.
Yeah, that's tough. No,
they lost last week. Are they going to lose? I don't know. Mike Tomlin doesn't lose.
Yeah. So I do think that they're going to end up winning, but it might be an ugly game.
I didn't even think about that.
Under does seem like the good play here.
Yes,
so,
it will be ugly.
We'll have to see, what happens, but a nice doubleheader, Monday Night Football. Pumped for that. But other than that, fellas, anything else we wanted to mention here on the way out?
Oh yeah, actually, Riley had some Mike Babcock news. Actually, I don't know. You want to talk about?
I mean,
fired.
Right? Yeah, that was insane. Just a little touch on the NHL for a second.
Oh, you saw that, Brian?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
You remember me talking about Babcock, possibly Rangers, dodged a bullet there, huh?
Yep,
yeah, we're slowly creeping up on hockey season, and man, that came out of nowhere, huh? Just telling his players that they put their pictures.
Did you see that? Like why he was fired?
No, I just saw he was aggressive. I don't know.
Yeah, no, he was asking his players to share their camera rolls with him, and then he would put it on like the Apple. He'd like AirPlay it to the Apple TV and like team meetings and be like, "This is what you guys have on your phones." You just can't do that, I guess.
No. I mean, he sounds like he's a drinker. If I had to guess.
Yeah. Yes, he looks like one too.
He's a drinker. And a fiend. Why are you pointing at me when you said that, dude?
No, because you seem like you thought it was hilarious. That's why.
It is funny. He definitely does like hits the bottle, dude.
Yeah,
he absolutely does. Yeah, so just that. Dude. And then Sox did fire their GM. I don't know.
Did see that. Yeah. Good move. Nice move when a team actually holds the GM accountable.
I was thinking the same thing. It is a good move. I don't know where we're gonna go from here. The season's over.
Billy Epler.
It's fine.
Brian Cashman.
Just maybe on the way out, though. On the way out, Brian. Do you want Brian Cashman to see out too? Like, what do you?
Oh no.
No, he's staying.
No, he should be out, but he's not.
Okay.
It's unfortunate, but him and Boone will be back, and
run it back.
Hopefully, we'll get Yamamoto. Hopefully, we'll make some good trades.
I heard him and Senga are pretty close, dude.
Giancarlo Stanton. What? Really?
Yeah.
But
it's gonna be a hot commodity.
Yamamoto would be nice, but again, the offense needs to produce, and they've won like I think 5 out of their 6 last series, the Yankees. But Peraza has shown life, which is nice. So it's just gonna be a reliance on the young guys. That's all we have, and hopefully Cashman can make the right trades. I don't have a ton of confidence in that, but I do think Glaber has shown he's an asset. He leads second baseman in all offensive categories. So it'll be an interesting offseason. Hopefully we can just 100%. Finish this season right, and 6 games against Toronto. Maybe we win them, make it interesting. But Josh B's been yelling at me all weekend for even talking like that. Wait, what does he say?
He said, here we go. Do not get Brian started on the Yankees. Yes. It's predetermined. No, LOL. But he did end it with a love you, double.
Of course. Feelings mutual. Yeah. But I think, just to kind of to wrap up here, I mean, I think you guys can agree that, Hal knows he's not firing Boone. He's not firing Cashman. They're going to put the blame on, assistant coaching, scouting departments.
Sean Casey.
Sean Casey.
Poor Sean Casey.
But right, Tony, I mean, that's what they're going to do, and they're not going to spend a ton of money. Maybe they'll sign Yamamoto, but they're not spending $500 million this offseason.
Probably not, dude. Unfortunately not. And I think if it's, I don't know, man. I mean, for the Yankees, I feel like the one thing they need to do is make some type of statement, open the checkbook, and just
it's unfortunate though. There's really not anybody to it's like trade is really or international signings. You're gonna open up the checkbook for Bellinger for $200 million, which is what he's kind of looking at now. I don't know. Ohtani, but then again, is that
packed his locker room up, dude?
But I'm saying, you think it will be why $600 million? You sign up on the Mets, $600 million? Honestly,
on the Mets,
10 years, 600. Is there a cap? 700, 8 Is there a cutoff point for you?
I mean, 10 years, $600 million is the cutoff.
So 625
most.
Yeah, but if he never pitches again.
That's it.
If he never
if he never pitches again,
he'll pitch again, dude. Yeah, and if he does, it's still DH, but he's gonna pitch again.
He is how old is he? He's almost 30, I think.
31?
No,
30?
No, he's 28, I think.
Really?
Yeah. And Josh B saying, please no Cody. I mean,
Cody had a good year though.
Great year, but you don't want to pay for that great year and not have any more great
years. You'd like to see some more great years before you put that money down.
Exactly.
I think you should just sign another 1 year with Chicago.
But I think he's gonna get at least 150 million, if not more. So Soto, go get him. That would be nice too. But I don't know if the Padres will give him up.
Oh, he's July baby. Let's
so
go.
we'll see. But shaping up to be an interesting offseason
Really
for all
shape
three
it
of
up.
our teams. So
Let's go, baby.
Something to keep an eye out for. Pumped for the football tonight. But once again, would like to thank everybody for tuning in today, continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Costume, merch at downtimetv.com. We want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games, and we will see you.
Oh, sorry.
Mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.